Okay, good morning everyone. Upon receiving the appointment letter from the TESDA Provincial Office, I initially came to sign and confirm the assessment schedule. I also coordinated with the assessment center manager, and prior to this competency assessment, I have checked the facilities, the completeness of tools, materials, the venue's lighting and ventilation. It is compliant with the standard of the training regulations of Food and Beverage NC2, in accordance with the Philippine Tibet Competency Assessment Certification System. Candidates, welcome to Philippine Women's University, a training and assessment center accredited by TESDA. By the way, I am Nicole Nicolas, and I am your competency assessor for Food and Beverage Services NC2. But before anything else, I would like to acknowledge the presence of Ms. Jadeline Tongol, our Assessment Center Manager. For our TESDA representative, we have Sir Maynard Saigo. Good morning, ma'am and sir. So they are here to oversee and check if the assessment complies with the competency assessment methodologies and procedure. And before anything else, I will have to get assessment center from our TESDA representative. Thank you so much, sir. So this assessment package includes all the materials that you will be needing in this assessment, okay? So under your assessment package, we have here the 2 attendance sheet, 10 application forms, 10 self-assessment guide, 10 rating sheet, 1 assessor guide, 10 consent form, 10 competency assessment results summary, and of course 2 performance evaluation form. Alright, so let us now proceed. Now, for the first part of this assessment, you will be needing to check the attendance. I will be needing to check your attendance, okay? So once I call your name, please prepare your valid ID and please prepare your admission slip. After I cross-match the information provided, you have to sign in your attendance sheet. Understood? Okay. Once I call your name, please come in front. Princess Montilla, please have a seat. Alright, give me your admission slip, please. And your ID, thank you so much. Checking, okay. Please sign here. Here's the pen. Okay, another one. Thank you so much. Please go back to your seat. And now, may I have Vilya Sophia? Vilya, okay. So, Sophia, where's your admission slip? Your ID, thank you so much. Please, okay, checking. Okay, please sign. Thank you. Alright. Thank you so much. Please go back to your seat. Alright. So candidates, I have here your accomplished self-assessment guide and of course your application form. These documents are proof that you know and understand and you can perform all the enumerated unit of competencies for Food and Beverage Services NC2. And no one is forcing you to take this assessment, okay? So now, always remember, candidates, the purpose of this assessment will measure your competency level for this qualification. Okay? Once you met the minimum requirements for Food and Beverage Services NC2, you will be certified and awarded a national certificate. And you can use this for work promotions, job opportunities for being a food servers locally and internationally. Alright, so Food and Beverage Services NC2 is categorized or grouped into 3 units of competencies or competencies. These are the common, the basic, and the core. And candidates, you have to prepare or to perform the tasks. These are prepare the dining room or restaurant area, welcome guests and take food beverage orders, promote food and beverage products, provide food beverage products, provide room service, and of course, lastly, receive and handle guest concerns. And I will be giving you 4 hours each to finish all the tasks that is mentioned a while ago. Okay, question? None. Alright. So now, as your assessor candidates, I will be collecting all the evidences by your performance to determine your qualification level. And of course, I will be the one who will give the decision in this assessment. Alright? When it comes to our evidence gathering, we will collect all the evidences by a demonstration and oral questioning. And by means of using the 4 dimensions of competency, which are task skills, task management skills, contingency management skills, and the job role environmental skills, in accordance with the 6 rules of dimensions, which are validity, authenticity, accuracy, sufficiency, what they call it, consistency, and recency. So candidates, the assessment methods that we are going to use is oral questioning and demonstration. For the demonstration, I will give you 4 hours to complete all the tests that is provided. Later on, I will give you further instructions. So this is to measure your underpinning skills with this qualification, okay? So with our oral questioning, this will measure your attitude and your underpinning knowledge with this qualification, okay? So let us now proceed with the house rules. Okay, during the oral questioning, guys, if you encounter any difficulties understanding the questions or instruction or any related concern, please do not hesitate to inform me because I am willing to give you an allowable adjustment by simply translating the question or instructions for you for better understanding. And when it comes to our reasonable adjustments, these are special accommodations for disabilities, health concerns, or any emergencies, all right? And during the assessment as well, you are not allowed to use any phones or electronic devices in which, once caught cheating, you will be disqualified in this assessment. You are not also allowed to go out during the assessment proper, and you should not eat inside the assessment area. For your, in case of emergency, we have our first aid kit located on the left side of the room and our fire extinguisher on the right side of the room as well. For your convenience or personal needs, the comfort rooms located at the end of the hallway of this building. For your lunch breaks and snacks break or short breaks, we have our canteen at the front of this building. And guys, don't forget, throw your trash properly on our trash bins. Here is the trash bins. This is for the proper waste segregation, okay? So once you've complete all the tasks that I mentioned earlier, I will be calling you individually for the feedback, okay? So now, candidates, you have the right to appeal if you know that there is being an error or unfairness during the assessment, and you can submit the letter on the TESDA Provincial Office located in Barangay Ibag, Tarlac City. So candidates, your rights is important, and TESDA is committed to a fair and transparent assessment procedure, okay? So assessment results are strictly confidential. It can be accessed by authorized personnel and by your training centers or assessment centers only. It is to protect its integrity, okay? So candidates, our assessment room is being monitored by a CCTV. This is for the documentation purposes and security purposes in the guidelines of the TESDA Provincial Office and with the Data Privacy Act of 2012. By continuing with this assessment, you are consenting us to monitor, okay? So candidates, here is the consent form. Kindly get one and plus. I will give you an ample time to read and sign the consent form, okay? Time starts now, okay? And collect the consent form. All right, thank you so much. So now, since everything has been accomplished, especially your consent forms, to those who will be found competent in this qualification, you can get or claim your national certificates after 5 working days. It will be sent on your Gmail. You just have to make sure that you have the right email address that you gave us during your application forms. And the validity of the certificates is 5 years from the date of assurance. So now, once you are found out that you are not yet competent with this qualification, do not worry, because you can still take the reassessment. You just have to pass 2 pieces passport size, white background, formal attire. And to accomplish application form, your student assessment guide, and a processing fee of 50 pesos, okay? Upon checking, once you are competent with the other unit of competency, don't worry, you don't have to retake that. You will be focusing with our reassessment on the unit of competencies that you are not yet competent with. Understood? All right. So now, before anything else, before we end this orientation, do you have any questions, clarifications, any concerns, or maybe violent reaction? Do you have? Because later on, you will not be allowed to ask questions anymore. It is not allowable. Okay, since you don't have any questions, you may now have your 30 minutes break, and please go back in time because we will now start later on the assessment proper. Okay? So, okay. Welcome back, candidates. So, now we are going to begin our assessment proper. So, hold on. Alright, so here is the specific instruction. Please get one and pass. For the specific instruction, if you found difficulties understanding the instructions provided, I am more than willing to translate it in Tagalog for you to understand it properly. Okay? So I will give you 15 minutes to read it carefully. Okay, candidates, I will collect that later on. Okay? So now, let us now start with the first part of our assessment, which is the demonstration. Okay? Alright. I will just have to get your reading sheet. Hold on. Okay. Candidates, please follow me to the assessment area, please. Alright? Miss Vilya, please stay here for the prepare and dining room or restaurant area setup. And candidate number 2, Miss Vilya, please proceed to the UC2 or our welcome guests and take food and beverage orders. Okay, candidates, I will only give you 5 minutes for you to familiarize all the equipments and tools that you are going to use during the demonstration. Okay? So each of the unit of competency that you need to prepare, you only have 40 minutes to finish everything. Okay, do you have any questions or clarifications? Okay, since you don't have any questions or clarification, time starts now. Alright, time's up. Alright, candidates, please switch places. Okay, again, candidates, you have to finish everything in 40 minutes. But before that, I will be giving you 5 minutes for you to familiarize the equipment and tools that you are going to use. Okay? Okay, let's familiarize. Now, you will now start with the demonstration. You have 40 minutes to finish everything. Okay, I am just going to check your reading sheet. Alright, time's up. Alright, so now, Miss Montilia, please, Miss Vilya, please go to the waiting area and wait for my next instruction. And Miss Montilia, please follow me. Because right now, we are going to proceed with the next part of the assessment, which is the oral questioning. Okay? So, candidate number 1, this is Montilia Princess. Okay? Here's your question. What should the service attendant always keep in mind when there is a guest complaint? Next, number 2, what is the most difficult terms of skills and knowledge? Explain. What is full breakfast? What is American service? What is the first step in welcoming guests to a food and beverage establishment? Okay, thank you. Candidate number 1, Miss Montilia, kindly call on Miss Vilya for her oral questioning. Thank you. Please proceed to the waiting area. Okay, Miss Vilya Sophia, checking. All right, here's your question. What should the service attendant always keep in mind when there is a guest complaining? Okay. Next question. What is the most difficult terms in terms of skills and knowledge? Okay. What is full breakfast? Next, what is American service? And lastly, what is the first step in welcoming guests to a food and beverage establishment? Okay, thank you. Please proceed to the waiting area as I accomplish the papers needed. Okay. Okay, candidates, your final assessment is now ended. It is already been tallied and finalized. Now, I will be calling you one by one for your feedbacking, okay? So, Miss Anika Montilia, please proceed here and have a seat, please. How are you, candidate number 1, Miss Princess? How are you? Okay, that's good. I'm glad to hear that. So observe during your performance in the demonstration. It's really good. You perform all the standards completely. And when it comes to the downside of the assessment, I noticed that during the oral questioning, you seemed nervous. So for the rooms of improvement for this qualification, maybe next time you can practice at home. You have to make sure that you are confident when answering all the questions because all of your answers are correct actually. That is good. Okay, with that, you are rated as competent. Congratulations. Okay, so hold on. Before anything else, you have to, can I have your specific of instruction, please? Thank you so much. And now, with that, so please sign the rating sheet and your course or competence assessment result summary. All right, done. Okay. So now, I would like to inform you that you can claim your certificates or e-certificates on, you will be receiving that on your email address provided, okay? So, that's all. You may now go home. Thank you so much and congratulations once again. Kindly call candidate number 2 or Miss Villas Priya. All right. Okay. So, Miss Sophia, kindly give me the specific instruction, please. All right. Thank you so much. So now, how are you? How was your assessment? Oh, okay. I feel bad about, I'm sorry. Don't feel bad, okay? It's okay. So now I understand how you feel. So actually, your observation matches my opinion. Actually, you've shown a great determination when it comes to your demonstration and oral questioning. But it seems when your demonstration, there's lack of skills. So you can improve it by practicing at home. You didn't welcome the guest properly. You did not smile. You did not take or repeat the order during taking of food and beverage orders. So that is some of the key points that you missed during the assessment or the demonstration. So don't worry, Sophia, because you can still have a reassessment, okay? But if you do not agree with this decision, you can write a letter of appeal stating your doubts and concerns to be addressed to the TESDA provincial office. Do you have any questions? All right, with that, so kindly sign the rating sheet and the competence assessment result summary, please. Okay, in signing this, Sophia, it means that you have agreed on the result that is provided today. Your course will be attest first by our tester representative. Again, candidate number 2, thank you, and you are dismissed. Thank you. All right? Okay, I just have to consolidate everything. All right. Sir, here's the assessment package. Thank you so much for your time. Okay? My dear assessors, this is the end of my demonstration for COC to conduct competency assessment. Thank you so much for your time.
Okay. Tayo muna.